Hello everybody.
Hi.
So today we are in Mexico, probably about an hour away from Mexico City. We have arrived at Xochimilco. Today we will be documenting the island of the dolls, which in Spanish is La Isla de las Muñecas.
De moronita, el seco.
Ajá, es que es para las gorditas.
Yo quiero una gordita de esa.
Yo también quiero una cosa.
Una gordita de chicharrón,
Ajá.
lechuga y queso.
Sin lechuga.
Una sin lechuga.
Ajá.
Yo también. Quesadillas. Tinga tiene.
Ajá.
Una de tinga.
¿Sola o con queso?
Con queso.
Aparte te relaja un montón de
¿Qué más? ¿Qué más?
¿Qué hay?
quesadillas, guaraches y tlacoyos.
Quesadilla. Dos de qué?
Chicharrón, flor, hongo,
Flor.
papa.
Tres de flor, perdón.
¿Solas o con queso?
Con queso. We just bought our micheladas and we're ready to go to the island of the dolls. We ordered some food. Due to the coronavirus, I believe that's why the tourism here is very limited at the moment. I think we're the only people that are actually here that are not working. We were also told that they're not giving out food. You usually find food on the way to the island of the dolls. It usually takes about 5 hours, the whole trip. The guy said he could probably do it quicker, make less stops, probably do it in 4, maybe 3. We're not so sure. That's why we bought some micheladas, we bought some water, we bought more beer, and we bought some food on the way.
Ya está su comida, joven, en la trajinera.
¿Qué va a llevar, Nico?
Bueno amigos, ya tenemos aquí nuestra comida, vean nada más qué cosa tan sabrosa, la verdad.
Mis quesadillas
Sus quesadillas, las apartó para él.
de flor de calabaza con queso,
Qué rico.
mi michelada,
Michelada.
y ya estamos listos para esta historia.
Lo principal es sacarlo y clavarlo como sesgado hacia atrás. Y te vas así que vas poniendo las manos en la columna. Y al final cuando lo vas a sacar, lo empujas y lo sacas. Con la fuerza que lo claves lo vas a sacar. Ahí sácalo, sácalo. Sácalo porque se atora.
¿Sí se atora?
Sí, ves que hay fango abajo.
Pero si no, entonces no se
No,
solo más.
estos canales se van a hacer de suelo. Estos canales, este canal, este canal se atravesaba con la viga.
The young man who was taking us to the island of the dolls told us a few terrifying stories that he's personally experienced in these waters. He mentioned to us how there's night trips, and that in one of his night trips he took a few tourists to the island of the dolls. He didn't get off the trajinera and he waited in the boat as the tourists got off onto the island. He told us that he heard a woman weeping from the other side. Goosebumps and all, he decided to go onto the island. He didn't mention it to the tourist. He didn't want to frighten anybody. I believe this comes from the urban legend La Llorona, which is thought to believe that has also originated from these waters. The story goes, a woman drowned both her children in the river, and ever since has haunted these waters, weeping for them. He also told us that on another night excursion, he had a group of young ladies who thought the island of the dolls was too far, and they decided to go to a replica that was closer by. Again, he stayed in the boat and they got off. The young ladies started taking pictures. They decided to go into a bathroom and take a few pictures, just to see what would happen. Shortly after, he heard screams and he ran into the island to see what was wrong. It appears the young ladies had locked themselves in the bathroom and were not able to open the door. The strange thing was that he said that you could not lock the door. There was no lock on the door. There was no handle. He didn't know how this was possible. And again, he didn't mention anything of it to not further scare the tourist. I guess it's safe to say that these waters are all haunted by some way or another. We have just arrived to the island of the dolls. I think we have to pay a quote about 50 pesos, which comes down to about $2.50, around there. I'm gonna go take a look.
Se siente raro, o sea, sí se siente como vibra rara.
She says that you do feel a kind of like a vibe, a kind of a supernatural, superstitious kind of vibe. There is an energy around here. We're gonna take a look right now. Follow us in there.
Y pues también nos han visitado varios artistas. Ha venido Lady Gaga, Robin Williams el cantante, Tim Burton, el guitarrista de Metallica, Kirk Hammett, Mick Jagger de los Rolling Stones. Y cuando sacaron la segunda película de la muñeca Annabelle, trajeron a la muñeca y le hicieron un ritual en este lugar. Y pues esa es la historia. Si tienen alguna duda o pregunta, con gusto se les respondo.
No, nosotros no.
Yo me voy aquí.
I'm not a very superstitious person, but this just creepy how somebody for 50 years was putting up dolls and living in this island by himself. So the tour guide just explained to us how when the movie Annabelle was first made, they brought the doll here, they did a ritual. I believe this was where they did the ritual. He also told us that that there's been a lot of famous people who have visited. I don't remember exactly the names. I did hear for sure Lady Gaga was one of them. So Lady Gaga has been at this island. Also the original doll, the first original doll was is this one right here with the hat. Yeah, I have no clue how somebody could live here for 50 years by themselves. The story of the Island of the Dolls, or as most people know it, La Isla de las Muñecas, has a quite disturbing story. It was the 1950s when Don Julian Satana resided on the island. He soon started to feel the presence of a lady following him, a malignant, dark, evil presence. He was scared and he thought that hanging dolls up on the island would keep the bad spirits away. People would give him dolls. He would find them in the trash or find them floating in the river and he would hang them up on his island. He did this all throughout the 1950s. Soon after, tourists started to notice, and that's when the tour trips started to happen. They would visit his island and pay attention to the dolls that he would hang up. On one of his excursions, a tourist fell off the boat. A young lady. She drowned in the canals. Ever since that day, he started to hang up more dolls. He took it more seriously. His mental state also started to deteriorate. In 2001, the man died of a heart attack. He was found in the same location where that young lady had drowned. Shortly after, his nephew took over the island and kept the excursions and tourism going. In 2017, the nephew also passed away. And the island continues to be a very superstitious and supernatural place. I don't know if you believe in any of these things, but I can tell you from personal experience. It was a cringy and chilling feeling being in that island. Would you dare set foot on this island?